Hello, YouTube. It is time for day number 4 of the 31 Days of Tarot. And the question for today is, what are your 5 most used decks between 2010 and 2019? So we're getting into some decade questions. I will note that I didn't start tarot practice until late 2017. And so these are all going to basically be for my entire tarot practice, which has only been a few years, believe it or not. I'm pretty obsessed, but also trying to figure out which were the most used. So I had a lot of recording, and then as you may have seen some of my other videos talking about how I wanted to stop doing that, or stop worrying about recording. So I did my best from a combination of looking at my Instagram, looking at the stuff I had recorded, thinking about what I've used when I'm not recording to try to guess. But this is going to be not the most scientific. So definitely the Wild Unknown. I haven't used this as much recently, but I used this for daily pulls all through 2018. So I used it a shit ton in 2018 basically, as well as this was like a go-to deck for me. Just my sort of standard thing I would pull until I got the Numinous. It was this. So definitely Wild Unknown is up there. Then I'm not going to show this one, but the Starry Cauldron was the first deck I got, and so just as a function of being the first deck for a while, it was my only deck. So it was up there, but I sort of stopped using it as much later on. I don't want to get rid of it because it's my first deck, but I have very mixed feelings about it. I already showed and mentioned in a previous video the Many Queens. I have definitely used that a lot. I used that for at least one challenge. And the Dark Days I also used for a challenge, and then I used this a lot in 2018 towards the end of the year in the kind of like, there was a lot of void energy at the end of that year. So in December and November I was using this so much, and it's a square deck so you can flip different ways. I use that a lot with like moon energy. Then Mystic Mondays. So this mostly because I used it for a 30-day or 31-day Instagram challenge. It was up at the top. I would also say though, even though like I think those are the technical numbers, I use the Numinous quite a lot for the bigger pulls. So a lot of these decks, it's because I use them for like a daily kind of thing, whether for a challenge or not. But for the bigger pulls, I tend to go for the Numinous, and then more recently a lot for the Light Seers. So those two have gotten a lot of use. And I would say that kind of runner up, I use the Next World Tarot and the Everyday Witch a lot. So all of those, it's more than 5, but all of those would kind of factor into this question. So I look forward to seeing which decks you use in 2019, and of course, 2010 through 2019. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see the rest of these 31 Days of Tarot.